Imagine this. Scientists dissect brains, meticulously examining every detail. They are looking for something specific, something that could change our understanding of brain health forever. What they find shocks them to their core, leaving them in disbelief. Every single brain they examine contains microplastics, tiny particles of plastic that have somehow made their way into our most vital organ. This is not science fiction. This is our reality, a reality that is both alarming and perplexing. A recent study sent shockwaves through the scientific community, revealing findings that were previously unimaginable. It revealed a disturbing truth that has far-reaching implications for our health and well-being. Microscopic plastic particles have infiltrated a place we thought was safe, our brains. These particles are so small, they can travel through our bloodstream and cross the blood-brain barrier. This discovery raises alarming questions about the pervasiveness of plastic pollution and its potential impact on human health. It also makes us think about its impact on our health, as we consume food and water that may be contaminated with these particles. These tiny particles, invisible to the naked eye, have become a ubiquitous pollutant, present in the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. They are found everywhere, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, and now, alarmingly, in our own bodies. Now their presence in our brains has revealed a terrifying new dimension to the plastic pollution crisis, one that we are only beginning to understand. This discovery is a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the consequences of our plastic consumption and waste. It underscores the urgent need to understand the implications of these microscopic invaders on our health, and to take action to mitigate their impact. We need to take action to protect ourselves and future generations. This means reducing our reliance on plastic, improving waste management, and supporting research into the health effects of microplastics. Scientists and communities around the world are already working on innovative solutions, from developing biodegradable materials to organizing cleanup activities. By making small changes in our daily lives, such as using reusable products and supporting policies that reduce plastic waste, we can make a big difference. Together, we can create a cleaner, healthier future for ourselves and for generations to come. The time to act is now. What exactly are microplastics? These tiny invaders are all around us, yet they are often invisible to the naked eye. They are tiny pieces of plastic, often smaller than a grain of sand. They are less than 5 millimeters in diameter, which is about the size of a pencil eraser. That's smaller than a sesame seed, making them incredibly difficult to detect and manage. They come from various sources, including the breakdown of larger plastic debris. These include larger plastic debris that breaks down, synthetic clothing fibers, which are released every time we wash our clothes, and even microbeads in personal care products like face scrubs and toothpaste. These particles enter the environment at an alarming rate, polluting our rivers, oceans, and even the air we breathe. This is due to our heavy reliance on plastic in everyday items, from packaging to clothing. They contaminate our water sources, soil, and air, creating a pervasive environmental issue. From there, they make their way into our food chain, affecting marine life and eventually human health. Think about the clothes you wear. Many are made from synthetic materials like polyester and nylon, which are essentially forms of plastic. These synthetic fabrics are popular because they are durable and affordable, but they come with a hidden cost. These fabrics shed microplastic fibers when washed, releasing thousands of tiny particles into the water system. These fibers then flow into wastewater treatment plants, where they are often not fully filtered out. Often they pass through filters, making their way into natural water bodies. They end up in rivers, lakes, and oceans, contributing to the growing problem of plastic pollution in our environment. The impact of microplastics is far-reaching, affecting not just wildlife but also human health, as these particles can carry harmful chemicals and pathogens. Professor Matthew Campen, a leading researcher at the University of Rochester, led a groundbreaking study. His team examined brain tissue samples. They wanted to understand how microplastics might be affecting the brain. The results were concerning. The study found microplastics in every single brain sample. This suggested widespread exposure and a potential route for these particles to cross the blood-brain barrier. This barrier is supposed to protect the brain from harmful substances. We were surprised by the sheer number of microplastics we found, Professor Campen remarked. It's a stark reminder of how pervasive these particles have become in our environment and our bodies. The accumulation of microplastics in the brain is a serious concern. These tiny particles, often less than 5 millimeters in size, can enter the human body through various means, including ingestion and inhalation. Once inside, they can travel through the bloodstream and cross the blood-brain barrier, a protective shield that usually keeps harmful substances out of the brain. Scientists believe it could be linked to a range of neurological disorders. These include dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and Parkinson's disease. The potential impact of microplastics on brain health is a growing area of concern, as these disorders already affect millions of people worldwide, leading to significant cognitive and motor impairments. While research is ongoing, some studies suggest that microplastics may trigger inflammation in the brain. Inflammation is a natural response to injury or infection, but chronic inflammation can be harmful and is often associated with various neurological conditions. The presence of microplastics could exacerbate this inflammatory response, potentially leading to more severe brain damage over time. They could interfere with cellular processes. Microplastics might disrupt the normal functioning of brain cells, affecting communication between neurons and impairing the brain's ability to process information efficiently. This disruption could have far-reaching consequences for cognitive functions such as memory, attention, and decision-making. They might even contribute to the formation of amyloid plaques. Amyloid plaques are clumps of protein fragments that accumulate between nerve cells and are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. The exact mechanism by which microplastics might promote plaque formation is still under investigation, but their presence could potentially accelerate the progression of this debilitating condition. These plaques are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. They disrupt the normal functioning of neurons, leading to cell death and the characteristic symptoms of Alzheimer's, such as memory loss, confusion, and changes in behavior. Understanding the role of microplastics in this process is crucial for developing effective prevention and treatment strategies. The brain is a complex and delicate organ, explains Dr. Gary Small, a renowned neurologist and author. Its intricate network of neurons and synapses is responsible for everything from basic motor functions to complex cognitive processes. Any disruption to this delicate balance can have profound effects on overall brain health. The presence of foreign substances like microplastics could disrupt its intricate workings and potentially contribute to cognitive decline. As research continues, it is essential to understand the full extent of the impact of microplastics on the brain and to develop strategies to mitigate their harmful effects. Public awareness and policy changes may also play a crucial role in reducing exposure to these pervasive pollutants. Section 5. Expert Opinions. Voices of Concern. The scientific community is increasingly concerned about the potential health risks of microplastics. Experts are calling for more research to understand the long-term consequences of this emerging threat. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of this issue, warns Professor Campen. We need to invest in research to understand the full extent of the danger posed by microplastics. Dr. Small echoes this sentiment, stating, "We can't afford to wait. We need to take action now to reduce our exposure to microplastics and protect the health of our brains." Section 6. Beyond the brain, the wider health impacts of microplastics. The potential link to dementia is just one piece of the puzzle. Microplastics have also been linked to other health problems. These include respiratory issues, reproductive problems, and liver damage. These tiny particles can carry harmful chemicals. These chemicals can disrupt hormones and cause cell damage. The long-term consequences of these exposures are still being investigated. Section 7. From Ocean to Plate. The journey of microplastics into our bodies. How do these tiny particles end up in our brains? The answer lies in the interconnectedness of our ecosystems. Microplastics enter the food chain. They contaminate our food and water supplies. Fish and other marine life ingest microplastics. We then consume these contaminated animals. Microplastics are also found in fruits, vegetables, and even bottled water. Once inside the body, microplastics can travel through the bloodstream. They can accumulate in various organs. This includes the brain. Section 8. Taking action, reducing our microplastic footprint. The good news is that we can take steps to reduce our exposure to microplastics. Here are some practical tips. Choose natural fibers. Opt for clothing made from cotton, wool, or linen instead of synthetic materials. Use a water filter. Install a water filter that can remove microplastics. Store food in glass or stainless steel. Avoid plastic containers, especially for hot food. Support plastic reduction initiatives. Advocate for policies that reduce plastic production and promote sustainable alternatives. Every little step counts. By making conscious choices, we can collectively make a difference. Section 9. The Path Forward: Research, Regulation, and Responsibility. The discovery of microplastics in human brains is a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. We need more research to fully understand the health risks associated with microplastic exposure. Governments and regulatory bodies must implement stricter regulations on plastic production, use, and disposal. We need to invest in innovative solutions for plastic waste management and promote a circular economy. This is not just a scientific issue, it's a societal issue. We must all take responsibility for our plastic consumption and work